before I get started, I'd like to say just a fair bit of warning. I'm not responsible for anything that happens to your phone, your SIM cards, and your bill. So first of all, what would you want to do this? Basically, imagine you just moved to Japan and you want to keep on using the smartphone you got from your home country. Another case is maybe you love the stock Android version and it's not available currently in Japan, as the Nexus is not available anymore. Also, maybe you really love Windows Phone, some people do, and it's not available at all in Japan anymore, so you can import it and you can put a SIM card in it and be the only guy using Windows Phone in Japan. Just a quick summary about what will work and what will not work. About the devices, everything which is branded as 3G, UMTS, which you can buy in Europe or North America, it will definitely work. What will not work is 2G, second generation GSM phones. There is no more network in Japan for this technology. And all the North American CDMA 2000, I'm not an expert, I don't know which operators are actually running those networks, but it will definitely not work. About the features, for voice and short messages, it will directly work. Just you put your SIM card and you have nothing to do, it definitely works. About the internet access, this is what I will discuss now. It's a bit tricky. It can work, but you have to be careful about how you use your SIM card. Things which will definitely not work is all the hardware-related features like the one-set TV or the contactless payment for obvious reasons, like the hardware is missing from the phone. And things like operator mail and MMS, it's tricky, it's not working so well. About the networks, we don't have so many choices. E-mobile, it will definitely not work because we are using a special band which is not used anywhere else in the world. AU is using the CDMA network, so there is no SIM card. There is no way to register your phone to this network. SoftBank is a very good candidate. I will talk about this. And Docomo recently became kind of possible. This is what I will explain now. You have to understand that the key thing about using your SIM card into a foreign phone and getting internet access is to know the APN. So this is actually the settings which allow you to connect to the internet, some kind of gateway. This information is not publicly available in Japan. In most providers in Europe or North America, the provider will give you the information. You can set it by yourself or they will do it for you. But in Japan, it's actually hard-coded into the firmware of cell phones. It's not, the user cannot access it. So the tricky part is to get access to this information. First of all, about the Docomo network. Very recently, they start to sell those Kansai SIM cards. So you can buy this SIM card without phone. It's really interesting because before that, it didn't exist in Japan. You really have to buy a phone to get a SIM card. And the Kansai is made for the LTE devices, the 4G devices. So it works just fine to UMTS devices. So what it means is if you get one of those SIM cards and put into your iPhone 4 or iPhone 3, you will connect to the former 3G network from Docomo. And it's quite a good deal because you have a data limit of 7 gigs. So on 3G networks, it's very reasonable. Don't use any other SIM card from Docomo in your phone because on any APN you will use, they are actually filtering the email address of your phone. Some kind of MAC address for cell phones. And because they are filtering this, at best they will not allow you to access internet, and in the worst case scenario they will charge your real consumption. The good news is B-Mobile company, they started to operate on the Docomo network and they are selling SIM cards. They are virtual operator on Docomo network. And you can buy, they have a very large choice of SIM cards. Some of the SIM cards are data only, so it's very convenient. I use it in iPad 3G I got in France. For example, if you buy a Nexus 7 3G, you can find on their website many different type of plan, sometimes prepaid, which is very convenient if you're staying in Japan for a short term. And they have different sizes, micro SIM, normal SIM. So now I'd like to talk about SoftBank. SoftBank, there is no real official way to get your phone, to get a SIM card from SoftBank. But if you are currently owning, you're owner of a SoftBank cell phone, you can look into your cell phone and look for the SIM card, and there are basically 3 types of SIM cards. I put the 3 types on this slide with the nickname and the name of the APN used by each SIM. So what it means is you can identify the SIM, Google the nickname and put for the APN. I cannot put it on the slide for obvious reasons. And if you set correctly into your iOS or Android device, you will get internet access with your phone. You have to be careful about this setting because this is an example of a bill. I'm not sure you can see very well, but like last month, I used about 2 gigs, and they show you this scary line, which is showing about 1.5 million yen. And then, because you have a packet plan, they say, okay, we just give you a discount. So, the common stuff you read on forums when you connect on XDA or developers and forums like this, you got the typical guy who just arrived and used his phone for 1 month, and 1 month later say, hey, SoftBank is asking me 1 million yen for last month for my consumption. And then things get very complicated with SoftBank. So just be really careful if you choose to use Docomo or SoftBank SIM cards. I encourage you to look into, for example, this blog. The guy, he's been compiling for many years information from different providers. And you can also ask me on Twitter. That's it. Thank you. Just to give you a feedback, I've been using Android from version 1.6 to 4. I've been using Windows Phone and iOS devices. So I've been trying B-Mobile and SoftBank SIMs on many kinds of devices. It works very well. Any questions?
So, like, which one is the simplest to use?
I think it's definitely B-Mobile. Because B-Mobile, you get like some kind of official support, and you have a list of compatible devices, even if probably your device will work even if it's not in that list. And they even have now some things in English for tourists, especially with the SIM cards for tourists.
Aren't the prices on that like by hours or something crazy?
No, it's by volume. It depends on how much you consume, and also they have like a low download speed SIM card, which is limited to 300K. But it's cheap and it's unlimited.
What about LTE? Like, I really like the Galaxy Note S2, yeah. But I think I might just end up getting an iPhone.
I didn't talk about LTE because I don't have an LTE device, so I have no experience with it. And the thing is, what I understand is there is not one standard like for UMTS, so it's very unlikely that if you buy an LTE device in Europe or North America, it will probably not work on.
What about an unlocked one in Japan, like a Galaxy Note 2S used on SoftBank?
No, they use different operators with different bands.
You have to be careful about the bands. And just know for the iPhone, I think there's some web page where you can check. There are 3 models, I think. But for the Note or so on, you really have to check for the bands.
And I didn't mention it in my presentation, but if you use a foreign cell phone, you're supposed to have certification from the Japanese organization certifying all the devices with emitting radio wavelengths. Sometimes you have this sticker with some kind of a T inside your phone, and it's showing that you are legally authorized to use. But most of the time you don't have it. iPhone are covered. iPhone are. Thank you.
Thank you.